This is a picture of Muhammad Ali. I actually met Mr. Ali in Cleveland, Ohio, and I was training a boxer named Terry Daniels who was fighting to see who would fight Joe Frazier for the title. And Terry was fighting, and I was his trainer. Ali came in the door and jumped around and smiled, and one thing after that, I said, I want to see who this Terry Daniels guy is. And we all talked, and I said, mind if I take a picture of us together? And he says, no. And what did he do? Put his fist up right under my chin and pushed it back. And anyway, and that's the first time I met him. Next time I met him was about 4 years later, and Mr. Ali had lost his license because he wouldn't go in the military. He felt like his religion did not say go to the military. So they picked 3 people in Texas to box Ali in a charity exhibition in San Antonio. And I was one of the lucky 3 that got to box him. And what happened while we were boxing, everybody, I mean, he treated us all nice. He knew we were all professional boxers, but he did not hurt any of us. And we were boxing, and he was against the ropes, and he did like this, me to come over, and he started using his rope-a-dopes, and he's trying to block the punches and everything. And while he's doing that, he's talking to this nice-looking lady in the front row. And he's talking with her, and he's blocking my punches as I'm throwing them. And then he told her, held his hand out, and I heard him say, wait a minute. And he just leaned forward to me, put my head in a headlock like this, and he came back and said, 1 second. Don't. He started hitting me on top of the head like this, and just punching me back and forth on top of it. And all this time, he's talking to this lady sitting in the front row. And people are just going wild because it's Ali. He could have, any time he wanted to, he could have probably taken me out. And because again, I weighed 182 and he weighed 230. So, plus he was about 4 inches taller or 6 inches taller than I was. But boxing has been very beneficial. It's showed us that you keep fighting and you keep going and going and going until you get to wherever you want to go. And then you can relax when you get there. Ali's there, he's relaxed. April of '74 when I opened the first office. And then we went to, now we have one in Dallas, one in Fort Worth, and then one here. And we do a lot of business throughout Texas. What I really like about it is that we get to help people. And we help them sometimes. Sometimes people don't want to be helped. They're where they are because they don't want to change from where they are. And what do I like about it? It's just talking with people sometimes. I don't like it at all because I have to go after people, and when I have to go after people, it's tough. And especially being 5'8.5" and 165 pounds, and sometimes these people are 220 or 30 pounds, and they're meaner and tougher and everything else than I am. But some people don't really want to know; they just want to get out of jail, and other people really want to know the system and what's going to happen to them. That anybody that gets arrested should remember the worst thing you can get, in my opinion, is an assault on a family member for whatever reason. There's just so many people. There's a lot of people out there that if they don't get their way, they just tear into that other family. It could be their wives, it could be their girlfriend, it could be their sleeping mate for the night, whatever it is, they tear into them, they beat them up. My opinion is those people have got to learn that's not the way to conduct their lives. Just because they're tougher or they're meaner, they cannot just continue to assault people. With life, if they work every single day, and or not every day, if they work there 5 or 6 days a week, and get through this hard time now, well, maybe they've just got a divorce, or maybe they had lost their job, or maybe their kids are sick constantly and they're having to spend all their money for it. They'll get through that with God's help, and when they do get through that, they will be successful at whatever they're doing.